Hello! Welcome to Explore Home Repeat. My name's Matt.
And I'm Izzy.
And today we are at the Imperial War Museum Duxford, sort of near Cambridgeshire area. I'm really excited to come here. This is my type of place. Loads of big planes. They've got Concorde here, SR-71 Blackbird. This place appears to be absolutely huge.
It's going to be a busy day, so much to see, and I look forward to exploring everywhere.
As always, we're here to find out what it's like, if you should go, and if it's worth the ticket price. Right, you ready to explore?
Let's go!
So first things first, we're through the gift shop and the entrance, and we're into the first gigantic hangar, which is called Airspace. Looks impressive.
It's massive. It's absolutely huge, so I don't know what to expect, but let's go and have a look.
So the first thing you see as you come into this Airspace hangar is this huge room with just one big Victor bomber plane in it, and it is just the scale of this plane is dwarfed by the scale of this building. It is absolutely massive. There is just everything in this room. Looks like maybe a Lancaster over there, helicopters, small aircraft, looks like a torpedo, a biplane. I think I can see Concorde over there. This looks ever so much like a Vulcan. It was actually stood under a great big seaplane here. We've been to quite a few air museums, Oxfordshire and things like that. Nothing compares to the scale of this place. It is gigantic and such a wide range of things to look at, even in just this first hangar. We've got a Vulcan on the left and a Tornado on the right here. It does look like you can go up and see in the cockpit. Here you go, here is the canopy and cockpit of a Tornado. Again, it's quite hard to see through that shiny canopy, but you can see the full joystick. It has got some instrumentation missing. It's really cool to be able to come up here and see inside, isn't it?
Brave. She's being very brave.
Oh, she's a bit scared of all the big planes. Not quite sure what to think of them. What do you think of this place so far?
It's really good because you can go in quite a lot of the planes,
Yeah.
which is impressive. I think it's only till 3 o'clock because of volunteers, but that's still a long day, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you recognise these engines, we are currently under a Concorde, so in a minute we can go up and into Concorde and have a look. Oh, Sienna's just fallen into a Concorde. You just fell into a Concorde, Sienna. There's a top Concorde fact. There are over 200 miles of wiring in Concorde, and you can see it all here. There is just stacks and stacks of it.
You know when they say black box, you always think of it as a black box, but it's not a black box.
Ah. So this one does appear to be almost like a test plane. It's got everything kind of exposed. It's not really finished to a full passenger kind of level. So it must have been when they were doing things for testing if they iced up and what it did at top speeds. So it is worth noting that it's about a mile from one end where the visitor centre is up to the top end where all the American planes are and the SR-71 Blackbird. So it's quite a walk. It's all basically a big airfield with hangars next to it, and you've got to walk from one end to the other. There are various hangars in between to go and visit, but if you want to get from one end to the other, it is quite a walk. So on a sunny day, that's fine. On a grey, windy day today, it's a bit of an issue. Here we are at the other end of the airfield at the American Air Museum. Doesn't look like much from this side, but from the other side you can see how big this building is. Almost looks like a bunker here. So we're both looking a bit windswept. It is very breezy. Obviously it's an open airfield, so there's very little protection from the elements. But this place, really impressive, isn't it? I can see like an F-15 Eagle, various other things. There is an SR-71 Blackbird.
I mean, I don't know much about many airplanes, but I'm sure Matt's very excited, so I'm excited for him.
If you are into planes, wow, this place is good. I mean, there's P-51 Mustang above me. There are so many cool planes here. It is amazing. And what a fantastic building as well. Really, really well presented. Loads of kind of more museum-y bits around the edge and then the planes in the centre. Love it. There were two things from aerospace I've always wanted to see. One of them was a space shuttle, and we saw that back in 2019 in Florida, and an SR-71 Blackbird. And there are very few of these in the world to go and see, and they have got one here. And here's the business end of an SR-71. We've also got two of the engines still here. Just at the sheer scale of it, it's way bigger and longer than I thought. I knew it was big, but I did not know it was quite so huge. Around the edge of this American Air Museum, they've got this big walkway, and this goes both sides, sort of round in a semicircle, but it means you get kind of up above the level of the planes to see them from a different angle. You see that SR-71 Blackbird from above, you can appreciate the size and the scale. When you're down below them, it's hard to kind of take them all in, whereas you need to kind of get further away from them
to like appreciate everything.
Yeah, they have actually got, and it is quite kind of, it's quite crazy to see a huge bit of the steel structure from the World Trade Center. I mean, horrible to look at, but amazing that it's here. Right, here we are at the Land Warfare building. So I'm assuming this is like armoured vehicles, tanks. We'll find out. Wow, so this is cool. It's really well done. All these tanks and guns, but all set up almost like war-torn Europe with old German shops and things like that. It's really, really clever.
I don't think we've ever really gone through like an exhibition so well themed.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's I mean, the camera makes it look lighter than it is. It's quite dark in here as well. It gives it real atmosphere. Izzy was just saying the theming is so good that it kind of is a bit eerie and weird, because it sort of just gives you a very tiny, tiny sense of what it would have been like. All the barbed wire and destroyed buildings and sandbags everywhere. It's really quite impressive. Considering this is right at one end of the airfield, so it's quite a long way to walk to get here, it is really well worth it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
To see something different. Obviously everything else, pretty much everything else, is very sort of plain heavy, whereas to see things like this, it really breaks it up as
definitely.
Well. There are so many buildings. This whole building about conservation in action. I don't think we're going to have a chance to visit it today. We're heading off to the World War II building, the sort of Battle of Britain and everything, just over here. But I mean, there looks to be enough to fill about 3 days worth. This whole building is about the Battle of Britain. You can see a map here. Again, there's quite a lot to see, even in just this one relatively small building. What's this, a Hurricane? Hurricane here, Spitfire over there, and then just so much to see in this beautiful hangar as well. It's amazing to see a doodlebug, a V1 flying bomb. But that's our day over here at Duxford. What did you think?
Yeah, we've had a great day, considering the weather and you have to walk, between all the hangars. We've had a great day.
There is so much to see here. There's far more than you could ever see in a day. It is absolutely huge.
We've seen, obviously, a lot of planes.
Yep.
But then we did see some tanks.
That tank part of the museum at the very top end was brilliant, really well themed. I was really surprised. Obviously you can get a little bit, even I can get a little bit planed out, so it's really good to see something different. Seeing that SR-71 Blackbird was like a dream come true for me. That and seeing a space shuttle were those two things I'd always wanted to see, and now I've seen it. It sort of almost didn't seem real, but that American Air Museum was, again, really incredible. So many planes in there. There's almost too much to take in. Cafe was really good. Shop, excellent. Loads of stuff. Loads of toilets around. There's even, you found breastfeeding rooms. So loads of facilities, really easy. They have a little bus that can take you between the hangars if you don't want to walk. So on a really wet day, or if you've got someone that's disabled or whatever in a wheelchair, then that might be your option. This place is pretty pricey.
Yeah.
It's not a cheap place to visit, but there is so much to do. So I would say value for money is pretty good. It's part of the Imperial War Museum in London, so everything's really high quality. The museum-y bits are really informative and really well done. Right, with that being said, we're off home. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.